Shalom and greetings from Jerusalem, Jane. I'm sitting here again, at my small kitchen table. I just came home. I was out doing the last bit of shopping before Shabbat. When there's a lot of new people who follow my social media, all the personal questions are coming up again, and that's absolutely fine. So I thought it was time to just make a short video update and just answer some of all of these questions. So basically, my name is Jane. I was born and raised in Denmark in a Christian family. I started traveling to Israel on tourist trips like many of you have done and are doing. And we know that when we open the Bible, we are reading the history of the Jewish homeland, the nation of Israel. And when you come to Israel, it's walking on holy ground. You are literally walking in the land of the Bible, which is just takes your breath away. On my trips to Israel, there were several divine appointments, divine encounters, and God just clearly spoke to me about leaving things behind in Denmark and step out in faith and come to Israel, which I did completely by myself on a tourist visa and a plane ticket in 2010. I was on my face for those first 3 months on that tourist visa, just really calling out to God, seeking God, interceding, saying, God, what is it you want me to do in Israel? Because of visa, I was back and forth a couple of times, but eventually I made my way back. And I felt in 2011, God started speaking about, would you be a voice for Israel in the media? Would you speak the truth? And I can honestly say all of these years later that I can see God's hand upon my life. And He brought me here because mainstream media is just not accurate about what's happening in this land. Quickly, I started seeing all the horrendous terror attack that is taking place, all the Jewish children who is being murdered for no other reason than being Jewish, which happened less than a week ago when a 14-year-old boy, his name was Benjamin, was stoned to death when he was out watching sheep. He was a shepherd out in Samaria, and his head was literally cracked open by Palestinian Arabs from nearby villages. They stoned him to death. They cracked open his head, and it just completely went under the radar. It didn't go into any news. You didn't hear about it in mainstream media. Terror attack upon terror attack, rocket attacks flying in from Gaza over all the years that I have been here. Israel being attacked on and off also from Hezbollah in the north. So I could see why God brought me here. The Gentile, the non-Jew, the non-Israeli, the woman who stepped out in faith all by myself because God said go. I am not sent by a company, a media outlet, a church, an organization. I'm a civilian just like you, but God said go. I didn't have the answer to anything. I didn't know what He wanted me to do, but I went. I started blogging on my social media. I created pages on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. And I started sharing news out of Israel. And Lord, behold, there are amazing people around the world who is thirsty for news out of Israel because they see they don't get all of it on mainstream media. And slowly, I started getting more and more followers. It's important for me to say that I have been independent through this entire time here in Israel. I work alone. I don't have co-workers. I don't have a boss. I don't have anyone telling me, go do this job and come home and they edit what I say. And that is why I have so many people following me, because I am independent. I am just that small, and I really am a small voice, but I have a mouth. I have eyes. I have ears. And I say and I share what I see. And I'm saying that the land of Israel is the apple of God's eye. That is what mainstream media, that is what world leaders around the world don't seem to understand. When you push Israel, when you poke Israel, when you're telling Israel what to do, you touch the apple of God's eye. The Jewish people came home. Israel was rebirthed in 48. Israel was not born out of stealing land from any Palestinian state that never existed. Here's the secret. The Bible is either all true or all lie. Either God gave this land to the Jewish people because it's in the Bible. And what is that land? The Jewish history is the Bible. When you open the Bible, you're reading the Jewish history, which means that the fabrication of a Palestinian state, about occupation, about apartheid, is a flat out lie that was born in the pit of hell. The Bible is true, it's not a buffet. You don't take this and this and this, and the rest you don't care about. Which means Israel belongs to the Jewish people. Why? Because God says so. Because he made an eternal covenant to Abraham and his descendants. That means Israel is not occupying anything. On the contrary, prophecies were fulfilled. The Jewish people came home. The Jewish people with thousands of years of connection to the Holy Lands. Jerusalem, the undivided capital since the time of King David, but you don't hear it in mainstream media. And I think that's why God took me, a Gentile from Denmark, not affiliated with anyone, just my heart, to share this is reality, this is what's happening in Israel. And I know that's why a lot of people are following me. I think I'm the only non-Israeli female voice being here now on a journalist visa from the government, doing what I'm doing. I want to take this opportunity to say I didn't get a salary from anyone. Like I said, I'm here solely independently. Good people around the world said, let's do a donation platform for Jerusalem Jane. That's how I'm funded. So I want to take this opportunity to honor from the bottom of my heart the people who have sent $5, $10, $200, whatever amount, to say, you know what, Jane, I'm benefiting from what you do. Jane, I can see God has called you. Jane, you're making a difference for Israel. It's not about me. Who cares about me? But it's about that I am speaking the truth. You are getting news because I'm here. If I left tomorrow, you will lose a news out of Israel. So when people are donating to me, they're saying, Jane, we love you, and we can see you're making a difference for Israel. Other people are saying, I want to bless Israel. How can I be a blessing to Israel? Well, I can be a blessing through you, through the voice that you are. One little woman, all of these years, working by herself, not affiliated with anyone, not a cent with anyone. So I want to honor you, the people who have donated to me over the years. If you hadn't, I wouldn't be here. It's as simple as that. Also moving forward. And also, this is warfare. If you want to experience warfare, being sent to Israel, speaking up for God's Holy Land in the media, it's warfare like you cannot imagine. The trauma in this country since October 7, you can cut in the air like a knife. Every single family in this country has been affected. I am affected just reporting about it. I have pain in my neck and my muscle, being traumatized. We were traumatized before even October 7, and then that came, and then we were attacked by Iran. Israel retaliated this morning, a tiny little drone attack. And is it the calm before the storm? The Israeli military is still having drills in the north. They just finished a big drill because one day Israel will facing Hezbollah in the north. So for such a time as this, I'm sitting here working with a broken phone, a 10-year-old computer, but God says, use what you have in your hands. So again, if it wasn't for your intercession, your prayers, I would be dead. I wouldn't even be here. And that is the God to honest truth. I made revealing videos on the Temple Mount. It was picked up by Arab news site. It was picked up by Hamas, writing about me. I was a Jewish spy. There were thousands of comments online about cutting my throat, about killing me because I dared to go on the Temple Mount and show Muslim harassing Jewish people when they were on their God's holy hill. So it also has consequences doing what I'm doing. And again, I'm a single lady. I don't have a husband. I don't have a family standing with me. I'm doing everything by myself for 10 years. And that is why if you didn't pray for me, if you didn't support me, I wouldn't be here. That is the truth. So I hope it was okay that I spoke a little bit from my heart, but that was just to answer the questions from all the new followers who says, someone told me to find this Jerusalem Jane. Who is that? Well, that's who I am. So I'm going to share my email address. I'm going to share an address for you to send a postcard. And then I'm going to share the contact informations or for my donation platforms for anyone who says, you know what, I want to send you $20 and be a blessing to the work that you are doing. And yes, I do have a birthday coming up next week. It's a full holiday, this April 23rd next week. Someone said, how can I send you a blessing for your birthday, Jane? So when I post this video, I will share all of these practical information and contact details. So it's Shabbat, and Monday it's going to be the week of Passover. We're celebrating the Jewish people came out of bondage. God took them. They were in the desert, but eventually they made their way into the Holy Land that God has prepared for them. The Bible is true. The nation of Israel live. This is the Jewish homeland. There is no occupation. There are no genocide in Gaza. Israel is the most moral army in the world. So I am just trying as one little voice, independent female Christian voice out of Israel, speaking what is true. And I know that's why so many of you are following me. But without your help, your provision, and your prayers, I wouldn't be here. Thank you, and may God bless you so much. You are the watchman on the walls around the world. Shabbat Shalom. Bye.